Hey everyone, if you're sitting there trying to decide whether this Minn Kota Terrova is the right trolling motor for your kayak, you're not alone. I get it, dropping this kind of cash feels risky when you're not 100% sure it'll actually do what you need on the water. Maybe you've heard about GPS spot lock and digital controls, but you're wondering if it's just marketing hype or if it genuinely makes your fishing days easier. I spent some time digging into what this thing actually delivers beyond the specs, and I want to break it down for you so you can decide if it's worth the investment for your setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about who this motor is really for. If you're fishing in open water, dealing with wind or current, or you just hate fighting the motor to stay in one spot, the GPS spot lock is a game changer. It's not just about holding position, it's about holding position accurately. I've seen people waste entire trips fighting drift or constantly adjusting their position manually. With spot lock, you hit a button, and the motor does the work for you. That's huge if you're casting lures or waiting for a bite without constantly monitoring your spot. The Terrova also has this auto park feature, which is basically a safety net. If you accidentally hit something or the motor gets tangled, it'll automatically stow itself and shut off. That's peace of mind you don't realize you need until you're in a tight spot. Now, let's talk about the setup. The 36-inch shaft is designed for kayaks, but here's the thing: if your kayak sits low in the water or you're using it in rougher conditions, you might want to double-check the shaft length. Some users have mentioned that in choppy water, the motor can get too close to the surface, which might reduce efficiency. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something to consider if you fish in lakes with a lot of wind or in rivers with strong currents. The easy stow deploy system is straightforward, though. You don't need to be a mechanic to get it on and off your kayak, which is a big plus if you're like me and prefer spending time fishing instead of messing with gear. One of the standout features here is the digital maximizer. It's not just about battery life, it's about smart battery use. The motor adjusts power based on what it needs to do, whether you're holding position or cruising. That means you're not draining your battery just to stay in one place, which is a huge deal if you're out there all day. If you're someone who forgets to check battery levels or you're prone to underestimating how long you'll be on the water, this is a feature that'll save you from being stranded. That said, if you're using a smaller battery, you'll still want to make sure it's up to the task. The motor itself is powerful at 55 pounds of thrust, but it's not magic, it still needs a reliable power source. Who should skip this? If you're fishing in super shallow water, like under 18 inches, the Terrova might not be the best fit. The shaft length and the way the motor sits could make it tricky to navigate in those conditions. Also, if you're on a tight budget and don't need the GPS or spot lock, there are cheaper options that'll get you where you need to go without the extra tech. This motor is for the angler who wants to spend less time fighting the motor and more time fishing. On the flip side, if you're serious about kayak fishing and you want a motor that does more than just move you from point A to point B, the Terrova is worth the investment. The GPS integration, especially if you're using it with other Minn Kota accessories, makes it a seamless part of your setup. It's not just a motor, it's a tool that helps you focus on fishing instead of logistics. So, is it worth it? If you're the type of angler who's tired of constantly adjusting your position or worrying about battery life, then yes, this motor is going to feel like a huge upgrade. It's not perfect for every situation, but for the price, the convenience and functionality it brings to the water are hard to beat. If you're still on the fence, check out the link in the description to see the full specs and make sure it fits your kayak and fishing style. Either way, I hope this helps you make the right call. Happy fishing.